We're INA bound.
In 1.5 miles, turn left at the exit onto I-80 East.
INA bound.
Toe 4, the fourth toe. These are the voyages of the NevermanGo. Its 5-toe mission to explore strange new toes, to seek out new life and new toes, to boldly toe where Neverman will Neverman go. Toe Man's Log. Toe date, March 17th, 2023. Day 1 of the cross-country tow. Tow across country. You know those moments in life you don't want to relive? Well, driving Donner Pass with your wife and son and chains in a blizzard? F that. I know of a family that came through here and they didn't have a good time either. I'm not the type of person who would ever do that kind of stuff, but I did it.
So we're here at Donner Pass, and you know what happened there. We're not sticking around. We're not going to eat each other. At least not like that.
This was the first and only time I ever had to use chains. Uh-oh is right, son. Not just on this trip, but in my whole life. We were in a race with the elements of nature. This was a time when half the United States was covered in snow. It was like driving in Narnia. We were ahead of the storm by daylight. It seemed every night we stopped, the storms were storming behind us. Roads would close, but we would just make it through. But just like that, we're getting ahead of the story. Well, there sure is a lot of world out there. A lot more than would have you believe. It went on like this for miles, as far as the eye could see, and you never stopped seeing. So much beauty among the stress. We stopped in Winnemucca when we decided to rest.
We're in fucking Winnemucca. We made it to Winnemucca. And we're staying here tonight. And guess what? There's a cemetery. They have a cemetery for us.
And if you're not scared, then I'm not telling the story right. And yeah, the boy was still sick from his time in tow, but he was on the up and up. With some antibiotics and a little adventure, he was always ready to tow out.
What are you doing?
Towman's Log. Tow date. Early morning, March 18th, 2023. We are out here, man. We hadn't yet made it to the point in that blonde joke about the lake. We had been there before, though. It would be some time before we were in the middle of that lake again.
This is cool. Huh?
We did some unbelievable things. Like where there was a mountain, we drove through the mountain. Just when you thought you were getting out of the snow, there was just more snow. That's when your butthole would pucker with the thought of having to chain up again. But man, was there ever a beautiful sunrise. A new day had dawned, which saw us on our way from Winnemucca. The snow was pretty obvious, trying a little too hard if you ask me. Got a bright-ass sun in the sky and some bright-ass snow below, some fucking frogs in the background behind me right now. Of the 2,066-mile journey from Toe to T.I.E, this, along with the damn Donner shit, was of the most difficult to drive. The salt flats just do something to you. The ionization, it just puts you to sleep, and that's not a conducive state to be in while driving. Nowhere else on the trip did I feel this drowsiness. We were determined to reach our destination, to begin once again what we thought would be our new life. I know what you're thinking. Is this that lake? You know, the one in the blonde joke? And I would answer, no, this is a different lake. This road trip wasn't tits at all. It was tense, but tits? No, not it. So we found a warm place somehow in the middle of the fucking snowy tundra. Made a quick pit stop, time enough to tow around in the snow for a bit. It was a trip to be in the snow, in the middle of the desert. After we hit the road again, we ended up in the land of many windmills. It was pretty much just windmills and snow, if you like that sort of thing. We definitely weren't in tow no mo. We were most definitely in Utah though, and it felt like we were getting nowhere. So we were just getting nowhere in the middle of nowhere. When we finally did get somewhere, we stopped for the night there in a place called Laramie, Wyoming. Tow Man's Law, tow date, March 19th, 2023. It's probably 5:30 a.m. We got an early start because I was done with this road trip, and I wasn't the only one. With safe driving comes great responsibility, but I was tired of being your friendly interstate car man. I didn't want to be car man anymore. It was becoming too much for me to take. Oh yeah, did I mention that we were also time traveling, passing through different time zones? I drove about 1,000 miles that day.
You ever just like sit on your balls for like 1,000 miles across the states? Doesn't feel good. Kind of numbs your prostate too, to sit. Balls and stuff, prostate, butthole and stuff. It's like a numb butthole. It's like you can't poop with a numb butthole. Probably barely even fart out of a numb butthole.
Looks like we're coming up on some road work. Got pretty far so far.
It started to look like this again. I didn't even know where the fuck we were. I didn't care. All I cared about was where we weren't anymore and how long was left to get to where we wanted to be. I don't know what it was, but something told me that we weren't somewhere. We weren't in the middle of nowhere anymore. We had finally made it to nowhere. We passed under this bridge thing and drove for a while. When we were finally out of nowhere, then we were in York. No, not New York. I don't think it's Old York either. Just regular York. We stopped in a town called Hamburg, but they didn't have any hamburgers. How can you live in a place called Hamburg and not have any hamburgers? We didn't stick around in Hamburgerless. After some more windmills, we might as well have been in Kansas. I know we were somewhere near Kansas City.
So we're driving, in the no place. This is where we're at. We're still in misery.
Better than Nebraska sucks.
I liked Nebraska for the road.
Dude, Nebraska's stupid.
It was a flat road, straightforward. I'm not paying attention now. 2.6 miles to South Avenue of the Saints. That's what we're looking for. South Avenue of the Saints. We got some no place roads out here, houses. Where the fuck are we? We're in misery. Alright, over now.
We ended up taking a wrong turn at some point, found ourselves in Hannibal. It was dark now, and Hannibal felt really Hannibal. Hannibal just had an eerie Hannibal feeling. It was really Hannibal out. I just couldn't Hannibal it any longer. It was making me nervous.
Dude, now we're in fucking Hannibal.
It was creepy there for a second.
I don't like Hannibal. I don't like the name.
I
don't like the area.
I think it's cool.
By the time we made it to St. Louis, and then of course Ina, the destination, I had driven through every road condition, weather condition you can imagine. I would never do that a second time. Remember the lake though? Never say never. The other day, while in a poop, endless scrolling, I come upon a thing a friend had shared. It was about a time in August 2004. It was the 8th day Dave Matthews Band was on tour. They dumped 800 pounds of poop onto Chicago's Little Lady, A sightseeing passenger boat with 120 sightseers that day. What a sight to see. This is Chicago. We didn't go there. We put the INA, and finally, after 3 days and 2,066 miles, we made it to Illinois. And the firsts just kept on rolling. Bray finally got to meet his Papa Bear.
Hi, Levi, Mitt, Bray. It's about time you guys got here. Come on in and eat. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you guys. My wife made me breakfast this morning, and this is really good. It's a hot jalapeno, man. It's burning me like nothing before in my life. 3 guns in the front, 2 in the back. Douglas MacArthur.
You gotta go be fast.
Oh yeah, the ribs are delicious. Yeah, you gotta try them. Okay, when we get a chance. Okay, yeah, bye.
The ribs are great. I'm eating them right down to the bone.
Papa's got a great big plate, and they are delicious. We all did a great
Me
job on
and
dinner.
Donnie are gonna finish them off.
They're gonna finish them off. Wish you guys were all here.
Yeah, and the
Bray and his Papa Bear. And his great-grandpa Papa back there. Just a boy and his Nana. And the love they share. You want to know how T.O.E is likened to Star Wars? They rhyme. Like how I worked for Walmart in the West, and then at Menards in the Midwest. Or how when I was around 2, my mom had moved back to Illinois for a spell, and now my son was now here in Illinois as well. So, what's life like for a boy on a ranch in Ina? Plenty of days like this. Pajamas and pine cones. The perfect start to a perfect day. Just picking up pine cones and pulling them apart. Sometimes life is just like, just like when you try to give a stick back to the tree, but the tree won't take the stick back. And no matter how hard you try to give the tree back its stick, then you realize if the stick doesn't stick to the tree anymore, and the stick won't stuck, it's just not meant to be. Just remember, it's a stick now, not a stuck. Now if you snap a stick off a stick, well, then you got a twig. What then? Huh? Every day was an adventure. He walked as far as his legs would take him. He was an explorer discovering the world, the first person ever to do it, according to him. Everything I show him, everything he learns, he turns it around and teaches me how to stop and appreciate the birds around us, how to admire a rock or a pebble, how he always sees an airplane, how he hears the train far away, how he cares so deeply, how every little thing matters, and how it felt when it used to matter like that, and how it feels to have it matter like that again. This kid was going places, man, and I mean he had already been places. From California to Oregon and back, to Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and now Illinois, and he wasn't even 2 yet. The future on the horizon was bright, because he is my son. We were on the ranch now, driving around on our turnarounds. This is how I became a cowboy in a day. You were probably wondering when you saw me all cowboy-like.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the queen. She was mowing Burkholtz Acres, doing a fine job. She's waving at everybody, saying hi.
From where I'm at now in life, I know that I really couldn't ask for better parents. This man has always been there for me, when some other lower form of being was never. this man has always been. This man is my dad. My dad was always the hardest worker in the room, or outside, or anywhere. I call him Donnie, but to me that's like saying Mom. When I call him Donnie, I mean Dad. It just felt good to be with my mom and dad again. It felt like home. You know how everyone in the neighborhood gets the idea to mow at the same time? Well, the other day, I farted and matched frequency, and my fart harmonized with the lawnmowers. It was pretty cool. And I just felt like this was important. This is a VHS copy of Forrest Gump. We were definitely on a different planet now. I mean, have you ever seen this many damn birds? The clouds would be rolling by so low, you could jump and swim in the sky. And the seas were angry, my friends. Atmospheric river? Shit. This was an atmospheric ocean. It was terrifying. I mean, just look at these birds. Scared the shit out of them. They didn't want to stick around. I was waiting for Jack Sparrow and the Black Pearl to surface from that Pirates of the Caribbean ocean looking ass sky. Became one of my favorite pastimes. Sitting with family on the porch, just watching the storm.
Look at that. Wow. Wow, that was cool, huh? Yeah, it's neat.
It doesn't really show on my phone. In the first year of life, man, there are so many firsts. But life is full of firsts, rest assured. You'll never run out of first times.
I love you. I love you. Say I love you. Say I love you. Mwah. Go mwah. Night night. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. I love you. Look.
Once you make it through your first farts, your first baths, you move on to things like first baths in a big tub, first times in a swing.
Hey. Thank you, Aunt Tammy and Nonna.
I wish Ben was here.
Look, woo! How nice.
That's cool.
He likes it.
He likes
Good
that.
boy.
I wonder what Ava would
Woo!
think about that. Yeah, go, Bray, go. Yeah, you do it, brother. You're doing good, Holmes.
Look at he's holding on how cute.
Yeah, he's hanging on for dear life.
One day you're just out exploring on the ranch, dipping your toe in the new day, you know, like you would normally do. That's when another first finds you, and you make friends with a farm cat. The cat is wild, and you are wild. You traveled over 2,000 miles. Who knows where the cat came from? You guys would just hang out all day, doing things like sitting on the porch and playing with toy cars. You tamed that wild cat's heart. But I believe that cat was called to be your friend in that time. Foxy the cat. Oh, what a cat. And then you get your first haircut.
Woo! Oh, look at you, Bray. One ear.
Sunshine. Sunshine. Oh. There's water in his eye.
Bray, you gotta be still. No.
Yeah.
Hey, can I see you?
Things were good. You could say tits, but they just didn't seem as tits as they should have been. Something about the tits going on wasn't sitting right, or tittin' right. Mid changed a tire though, how about that? The holidays, they came and went. It was like having all the right people just in the wrong place. After towing it around a good portion of the states, we, Ina, and finally knew where home was. And as much as we wanted it to be, it wasn't in Ina.
Papa's here. You don't forget to write. You send a postcard. And I think I'm hypnotizing myself.
Now you do that.
I declare, please vote for me. I'll get this country straightened out.
Hip hip hooray!
Yeah, hip hip hooray! I'll get this country straightened out. It's the last thing I do. I would be a good president. Thank you. Over and out.
Thank you. Well, thanks very much. Those are good. I like those.
Dude, this is crazy.
Get out of the way! It'll light on fire. Oh,
What the hell? Where did he go?
Well, that was it.
what happened to the sparkler?
I thought I was a goner. Come back again.
Careful, Donnie.
That was done.
Well, that looks cool. Your guys'
Big
shadows.
sparklers.
Oh, careful, Donnie.
Ooh, yeah, that's hot.
No, that looks like love and good spirit and
No,
happy
yeah.
spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the smile and everything.
It'll distract everybody on the road.
4th of July over here. Happy New Year.
That's crazy.
They look like real stars. Like, look
These
at
are
that.
good sparklers. Aren't they? We gotta make the fireworks
That's
a little
cool.
way.
Happy 4th of July.
I love you.
Yes, I do. I love you. We're a happy family. Ooh, popcorn. Here's to the power. We are the ones.
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 Look at us, Papa.
That's cool.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Before the 4th of
middle of
July.
March.
The 4th before the 4th.
St.
Yeah, it's the
Day.
4th.
Happy
March
birthday,
4th.
Yeah.
Say happy birthday,
March
Ava.
4th.
Happy birthday, Eva.
Happy birthday, Eva.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
So this turtle shows up one day, and we all know what it means when a turtle shows up. Well, I didn't know, but my mom said that it meant that someone would be expecting. Expecting what? Well, now I knew the implications, and we didn't expect, but that's a whole other toe. Hey, look at these ants in Ina. That's a lot of ants. That's an ant pile. In it all, and after it all, I'm happy that our son was able to have this time with family, just as it has and it had before. The adventures will continue. The toe doesn't end here. It just stops.